Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. As you hear, my voice is kind of a little bit fucked up. I catched a cold. I still feel better now, but I'm not completely well again. I still wanted to do a review of the anime XXXHOLIC. Yeah, I recently just watched it and I really liked it. You know, at the beginning it seemed like it will be a flop, but it turned out it was not at all. It was really good. And today I want to tell you something about that and maybe recommend it to you, tell you what I liked about it and what I disliked about it. So yeah, that's enough for the beginning. Let's just start. So XXXHOLIC was released first in 2006, though there is actually a movie which I just found out, which was released in 2005, so 1 year before. This series is a comedy, drama and mystery anime. So concerning the plot, it's about a young high school student, Kimihiro Watanuki, who has the ability to see ghosts or supernatural things. That's why he's always followed or rather haunted by them, which is really annoying. And one day he unintentionally comes to a mysterious house surrounded by a wall. In this moment he was haunted by ghosts again, and just as he reached and touched the wall, the ghosts disappear. The estate he was at belongs to the witch or the clairvoyant Yuko Ichihara. Her business is to make wishes of other people who come to her house come true when they pay an appropriate price for it. So she also promises Watanuki to free him from his ability to see ghosts, and therefore he has to work as a housemaid for her. Well, Watanuki agrees and gets into a long chain of adventures, beginning from there, followed by his schoolmate Shizuka Domiki, whom Watanuki actually doesn't like, but Domaki has the ability to exorcise ghosts, which is very useful and even life-saving at many points for Watanuki. In this anime, destiny has a really high status, or is like the leading motive and a very important aspect, and is often mentioned by Yuko, who has the role of the observer and the wise guy in this anime. Maybe we can actually say that it sounds like a typical start of an adventure anime, like first something is okay and then someone like gets into trouble or meets a mysterious person, a mysterious thing or a place, and from there something strange begins. But it's more interesting than I thought at the beginning, especially when you like Google it and see all the pictures appearing there, which just seem to be so creepy and awkward, with all the smoke around and the white pale faces and this strange oriental couches in the background or they're sitting on. You just think, okay, is this anime about some dudes smoking cannabis all day and being high or what? But no, it's not. So the pictures are irritating, just ignore them. Let's just begin with what I liked and what I disliked about it. I would rather start with the negative points, which are just a few. So the first may be connected to the last thing I just said about the pictures. It's the drawing style. Indeed, the drawing style is really strange, especially when I first saw like the figure, the silhouette of the people is just so crazy. I mean, look at those legs. What happened here? Where do you get in? What happened to your legs, dude? I mean, when you like see this half total like a portrait of them, they seem okay. You see that it's an old drawing style. I mean, it's from 2006. What do you expect? But then you see just those legs, you know, this whole silhouette, and then you just think, what is not right here? Yeah, it's kind of really strange, a little, yeah. But actually, you get used to it really fast, so don't worry about it. It won't bother you anymore after a few episodes. The next thing what I rather don't like about it are the typical cliches appearing in anime. Like a boy who has the role of a housemaid and can cook and all that stuff and just has to be female in a certain way. And there's always a dude, which has actually a very important point but doesn't give a fuck at all. Like Domeki, I mean, he doesn't even smile. Do you want to smile, Domeki? No? No emotions? No? Okay. And overly shy girls, or like these cliche girls who blush like because of nothing, because they're sitting next to a boy, and even next to them, like 10 meters apart from them, but okay. What now comes are the good points, the good aspects I liked about this anime. And this list is long, much longer than the one of the negative points. And we'll just start with the plot. The plot is very various, so it's like a soap opera where you can like come in every episode and you like didn't miss anything, because every episode has its own plot, has its own content. It's better when you like don't miss the first 2 and the last 3 episodes, because they are kind of important for the main plot in general, so what it's actually about concerning the main characters, which is actually always like that. But still, you can like get into it every episode and you won't have practically missed anything. And it has much suspense in it. It's really catchy, especially the 8th episode. As I saw it, I just thought like, oh my god, I never thought that would be so good and so witty. And yeah, it is really witty and creative made. Well, so when it comes to the plot, it's not like the typical cliche cycle of content, or you know, it's not like any other anime where you actually know what will happen. This is rather really originally and witty and creatively made. Moreover, it wants the reader, or if you watch the manga, I said watch the manga. I could kill myself. If you watch the anime, it wants you to think about what could have happened. So you jump into this detective or this observing role and you just try to understand what is going on. You're really fevering for the case. You're trying to get into it as well. And sometimes you don't get it because there was a really complicated plan behind it with all the magic you know nothing about, you know. But some things are just like when you see it, there's a maybe obvious point, or you just think it could be that, or it could be that, and you just wait for the protagonist to find it out himself as well, and you really live this anime when watching it. And it has high quality throwbacks, I'd say, or story explanations. So you know, throwbacks are often made when they want to explain the life of the protagonist or his problems, so you know actually the whole background story. But sometimes animes can be really overloaded when they're like 5 episodes only about that stuff, which is actually not interesting to you at all. But here were like just in the whole anime a couple of throwbacks or explanations, which is actually really good. So I'm not the fan of this throwbacks if they're too much. I mean, some people maybe like it, but I don't. So this was actually quite good for me, and it is fun. So as I said, it's not just a mystery and a drama anime, it's also a comedy anime. It's really fun. This kind of humor is used at the right moments. So mostly, sometimes when the creators are trying to build in a funny moment after a really deep conversation or a really deep scene, you just think, oh, that destroyed everything, or it just pulls you totally out of the scene. But here they're mostly made at the right moments, so it isn't disturbing or something. So mostly, I guess there were some moments which maybe were not really well made in that case, but mostly they were quite good managed. Yeah, and what I also liked about it, it has a good length. So, you know, some animes are too long. You know, probably, which I mean the classic ones, where you just totally lose the plot, the content. You just don't get along after a few episodes anymore. So, I mean, some people like it, okay? I don't want to criticize this. If you are okay with it, if your brain gets in and gets along with that, it's okay, but mine just doesn't. But there are also some animes which are so good where you think, oh my god, I want a second season, and then you don't have a second season and it has only like 12 episodes or something. It's too short. And this has a good length. It has in total 37 episodes in 2 seasons, so it's enough. You have enough time to come in and enough time to get out of it again. Yeah, that's actually what I really liked about it. And a fun fact, in April 2009, the 13th volume of the manga was ranked as the 6th best-selling manga in the USA. So, chapeau. As you see, it was not bad at all. But still, it's one of the animes which are not really popular, so I guess I didn't really hear about it that much or that often before I watched it. But still, I just think those kind of animes should be more popular because they're just so good, they're so well made. You see all the work and all the creative work in there all the time. I just really can recommend it to you. Maybe I should warn you, but yeah, I don't know if it's unnecessary, but some scenes can be a little bit brutal. So you see there a lot of blood in some episodes or like cruel actions between some characters, which may be not really tasty when you see it, but it's not like corpse party or something. So you still can watch it actually, even at night. I guess so. I watched it at night. Sometimes it wasn't the best choice, but it was okay. Yeah, and that's it. I think the review will be too long if I don't stop it here. Yeah, and I hope you liked this video, this review, and I hope I encouraged you to take a look at it, maybe watch it, and if you watched it, you can let me know in the comments below. And so I have nothing else to say anymore. I just wish you a good week, and we'll see each other next time, and goodbye.